You guys ready for part 2? Hell yeah, you're ready for part 2. Hey guys, what's going on? So getting in a foot chase as a rookie is completely different than getting in one as a veteran officer. And this is another one of those things they don't talk about on cops. Rookies are known to make really careless and stupid decisions, and God knows I made enough of mine in my earlier years of law enforcement. The hard part about being a new officer is you tend to get tunnel vision and you don't really know how to channel your adrenaline, and new guys let it take total control over them. And veteran officers get adrenaline dumps too, but they learn how to control it a lot better. You tend to think more methodically than spontaneously. You tend to think outside the box, and you can kind of take a second to make your plan of action instead of just reacting. When I was still new, I did a ton of stupid shit, and one time in particular, I was doing a ride along with a buddy of mine, and I was still in the police academy. Hey, Lieutenant. Good, just filming a video. All right, yes, sir. Bye-bye. So anyway, he and I were going down the road, and we were just having some general conversation, and he saw these two guys doing a hand-to-hand transaction in the middle of the street. So like, he puts the car in reverse, and as soon as he puts it back in drive to turn down the street, like, these guys take off running. They already knew what time it was. So like, we're roaring down the road, right? And like, he's slamming on the brakes, and he's like, you get the guy on the right, I'll get the guy on the left. Well, both guys, they were going on either side of a house. So I got out of the car and I started chasing the guy on the right. Well, it turns out there was like a 12-foot high fence on the side of the house that he couldn't get over. So he was like jumping up, he's trying to reach for it. Well, I pulled out my gun and I ordered him to the front of the house, and I got him down in the grass, and another officer came up and handcuffed him. And my buddy, he ended up catching his guy. Well, here's the messed up part about the whole situation. The messed up part, I didn't have any bullets in my gun. That's right, I got into a foot chase with nothing more than a paperweight in my holster. I mean, I guess if I had to, I could have like thrown it at him. With my luck though, it probably would have missed them and gone through somebody's window and hit their family dog. That officer pistol whipped my chihuahua. Can you imagine? That shit would be hilarious, and you know damn well that it would be in the newspaper the next day. So needless to say, this is one of the dumbest mistakes that I ever made as a rookie, chasing a felon with no bullets in my gun. And I'm sure there's gonna be people watching this that are like, well, why do you need a gun just because you're chasing somebody? Well, if you guys watch part 1, you will understand. Foot chases are just like anything else. Like, you don't know what you're gonna get. And I remember maybe about 3 years ago, Drug Squad got into a foot chase with somebody on a bike that they were watching. Well, luckily I happened to be in the area, and I came flying past a couple of Drug Squad guys that were chasing after them. I don't know why they were running on foot after a guy is on a bike, but anyway. So anyway, I ended up catching up with the guy, and I had him pinned between my car door and the curb, and he was getting it, man. Like, he was going. And I didn't know why Drug Squad was chasing him, but I figured if Drug Squad is running after you, it's probably for something pretty serious. And I don't know why, but my first reaction, of course, hit the guy with the door. I open my door, I knock him off his bike, and he goes tumbling. So he stands back up, and right as he's about to take off again, I yelled out of my window, "Stop or I'm gonna release my dog." This dude fell and hit the ground like when I knocked him off the bike. As soon as he heard the word dog, he wanted no part of that. And of course, my canine's like going nuts in the back because I had my sirens on and everything else, and he thought he was going to get a bite, so he was all excited. So anyway, we ended up finding a bunch of cocaine and a pistol in his backpack that he had on. Foot chases are like Christmas for cops. You never know what you're going to get. I do remember, though, I got in trouble for one foot chase that I got involved in. Another instance where Drug Squad was chasing somebody, except this guy was on foot. He darted through the projects. Now, theoretically, yes, I could have gone down the street and tried to cut him off, but I didn't. As he's dashing through the projects, here comes little old me. I come barreling around the corner, fishtailing out, spitting up dirt and grass on everybody's doors, and like cutting through the courtyard of the projects in my car. And to make a long story short, I ended up cutting him off, and I got out of my car and started chasing him on foot. Well, he got up to, I guess it was about an 8-foot fence. And as soon as he jumped up there, all I saw was 4 hands on the other side grab his shoulder and yank him. All I saw was feet going in the air. Because of my radio traffic, I told him which direction he was running. They were waiting for him on the other side of the fence. It was hilarious. So a few days later, my supervisor, who we did not get along very well at all, calls me into the office, and she wanted me to explain to her what happened that night. Well, maybe if you watch the video, you'd understand. Anyway, I told her what happened, and she opens up a video file on her computer, and it is video surveillance of me completely annihilating this yard or this lawn in the courtyard. I left tire tracks in the grass that were like 40 or 50 yards long. The video footage was so grainy that you couldn't see the car number, but it was definitely me because there was a big ass canine on the back window. So yeah, I ended up getting written up for that. But you know what? Totally worth it. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed Storytime Part 2. If you guys show enough interest, I will actually do a Part 3. And I have a pretty exciting announcement to make in my next video. I think you guys are going to like. I will try to get that out in the next few days. And I've had a few of you that have asked me about civil forfeiture and stuff like that. We don't deal that much with civil related things, so I don't have a lot of knowledge on that. As far as like forfeitures and stuff, like I would recommend you contacting a lawyer. I really don't have that much knowledge on it. So guys, anyway, thank you again for the support. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys soon.